This week, our hero Jeff Beck left his physical manifestation and has entered into a new realm. Today, I'd like to talk about the spirit of Jeff Beck and how he inspires us with his life and music. A heck of a lot has been said about Jeff Beck's guitar playing, his tone, his technique, his touch sensitivity. All of these are wonderful, but here on Music Spirituality, we're looking into music and how it guides spiritual realization. So I'd like to talk a bit about Jeff Beck's style as a person. First off, what a guy. If you watch any interviews with Jeff Beck, you'll see he had a brilliant way of being soft-spoken and cordial. He had a playful humility and a calm confidence in his craft. Like David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, Jeff Beck is an inspiration for so many of us who love emotional guitar theatrics but might not have the desire to be the wildest showman. Now, there's of course nothing wrong with being the type of player who sets fire to their guitar or jumps and does splits, but artists like Jeff Beck command the stage with the pure beauty of their playing. Now, I do think he was a great showman too, of course, and he rocked sleeveless shirts until the day he died, so he did have a lot of the show business aspect of his life, but the show was really about his playing. When you hear other guitar greats like Steve Vai, Eric Clapton, and Jimmy Page talk about Jeff Beck, they all speak of him as such an awe-inspiring force of creativity. His ability to communicate with a magic, flowing otherworldliness is something only a deep devotee can accomplish. Jeff Beck worked at playing guitar so consistently that he seems to only have ever gotten better. Rock and roll is often seen as a young person's game, with many bands starting as teenagers. And Jeff Beck, of course, started at a very young age in the Yardbirds, but when you listen to his playing on his latest album with Johnny Depp, you can hear the depth of his playing has only continued to develop. The Live at Ronnie Scott's album from 2008 is extremely good. I remember buying it on DVD and feeling warm and fuzzy watching it, knowing that this man was creating this whole planet of guitardom that felt so colorful and expressive. He was disciplined. He worked on hot rods, he talked shop, he lived in the woodshed. The martial arts saying goes, when you are not practicing, someone else is, and when you meet him, he will beat you. Jeff Beck was the someone somewhere. He was practicing the whole time, and he smoked everyone. I'm sure Jeff Beck had difficult parts of his personality like we all do, but every interview I've ever seen with him, he's like Garth in Wayne's World after he rips that crazy solo in the drum shop. I like to play. I'm a fan of Jeff Beck's music, but there are many days when Jeff Beck inspires me in more of a life direction sort of way. Yes, I want to play like him. Yes, I want to use a whammy bar and play phrases you haven't heard before. Yes, I want to conjure liquid magic with a Strat plugged into a Marshall stack. But above all, I want to find peaceful means of making music and enjoying it for the rest of my life. Jeff Beck showed us all that you can live a long life full of adventure and get into all sorts of shenanigans, street racing, rock and roll, you name it, and still have a deep, disciplined, rewarding practice. I don't know how he managed to sustain his enthusiasm for working on his craft, but I do have my own idea, and I hope that you'll share yours. My idea is that the same spirit that Jeff Beck played with, he practiced with. When it was a late night and it was just him playing his guitar, he must have returned to that deep connection to the cosmos and said, all right, here we go again, just you and me this time. I love Jeff Beck. I wish his soul infinite bliss, and I'm grateful for all of the peace and purpose that he's brought into my life. I'll see you next time.